Welcome to the webinar tonight, folks. Glad to have you back here again. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Loud and clear. Thanks, Art. I appreciate that. First off, we're going to pass the mic over to Rod. He's got a few words he'd like to discuss with everybody. Rod?
Thanks, Douglas, and welcome everybody. Glad you made it. And a couple of announcements I made in the Discord room in case you haven't had a chance to look in there. One is Friday night. I've got 4 servers that I've got to do maintenance on, and it's only going to take about an hour, and it starts at 11 p.m. Eastern time, which is 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 p.m. on the left coast. And I am highly recommending that you just take Friday night off and don't be doing any runs on your servers. If you really insist on not taking my suggestion and spending some time with your loved ones or what have you, you can get hold of me and I'll let you know if your server's even affected. It's only 4 of the servers, but rather than having to notify everybody, I thought if I just do it ahead of time and you plan on not being able to use your server Friday night, it's only supposed to take an hour or so, but you know how server outages can be. Sometimes they take longer than expected. So just letting you guys know, if you've got a server with us, take Friday night off and go spend it with your significant other and smell some roses and come back Saturday ready to rock and roll. Also, there's a sale at Host 60 that goes on between now and the end of the month. So if you're looking at potential of needing more hosting, good time to snap it up. Whatever you lock in the price at is what it stays, and as long as you pay your bill every month. So you get those prices that are about half of regular price, and you can lock it in forever, as long as you keep paying your bill. So that's all I really got. Let's turn it over to Marty and give him some thanks for sharing his knowledge about local marketing.
Appreciate it, Rod. Good evening, everybody. My name is Marty Bostic. I am probably familiar to most of you that have been in the Discord chat, but I wanted to try and share some of the things I've learned about local marketing and the Locustware products using the organic traffic platform in general, and try and get this consumable in bite-sized chunks. So I'm not trying to just dump everything out there at once for you. So last week, and let's make sure real quickly on housekeeping, can you guys see my screen, or is it being presented?
We're seeing legal credit repair is what we're seeing.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. So last week we talked about the basic foundation for local marketing, and there's several different approaches to local marketing that you can take. If you are just getting started, I would recommend using affiliate offers, but use kind of a local marketing twist where you make it location specific around a particular county, maybe a zip code, whatever hemisphere you're located in. It's really up to you how you choose to do it. But if you're a little gun shy about reaching out to business owners and you don't want to try and build up that clientele, if you don't have anybody yet that you want to work with, that's fine. You may decide that you never want to do that you just want to take this particular route that I'm demonstrating, where I've taken a pay-per-call offer with Commission Junction, which is one of the affiliate networks that offers pay-per-call. And I have built out a money type website that's more of a landing area that's informational around credit repair. And I've taken this particular offer for the credit pros and used one of their call tracking phone numbers to make it location specific in the Phoenix area around the Arizona space. And this could be anywhere you want it to be. It could be agnostic to a location. It could be a toll-free number if you wanted to, but I don't have a business owner that I'm interfacing with here. I don't have to talk to anybody that I don't want to. This is purely transactional, where I'm leveraging organic traffic platform content to get in front of a specific location. So I'm trying to canvas all the zip codes and counties and cities in Arizona around the Maricopa County area, and I'm trying to dominate that area with this specific approach. And you can see here that I built out an organic traffic platform domain where I put a call tracking phone number that was assigned to me by Commission Junction, which we'll go back over here in just a moment. And I embedded that as a call to action in the beginning of every title of these pages and posts that I created with OTP. And the idea in mind is to get these anchored in the search engines and to get a showing that starts to appear for that phone number, so that when it does start to get indexed more, right now it's still in its infancy, but as Google starts to evaluate it and it starts to show in the search engines, you'll start getting links like these that redirect to the actual target. So if you see this particular page, I don't know if you can see down at the bottom of my screen, but this is actually one of the posts that was created here that's gotten anchored already, and it's shown up in Google. So they're evaluating my content. I'm in what's called the Google dance right now, where they're looking to see what I have. They're looking to see if new content appears. And just because this is all you see, it doesn't mean that's not what's out there and indexed and available in the search engines. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how this would be represented. So my goal is to have thousands of these pages like you see here with this call tracking phone number that ultimately would lead someone to either place a call by looking at the number or click on it out of curiosity and be taken to this website. So if I don't get the phone number contacted on the search result, I very easily could get it contacted through the banner ads that you see here, which this one and this one, you see the phone number in the videos that I've created. It's peppered all throughout this particular website. And if the person comes in from a mobile device, from a cell phone, this site actually changes to a mobile version of it that makes this a click to call phone number instead of just a banner that would take you to a lead capture form like you're going to see right here. Instead, it would actually bring up the phone dialog on your cell phone, and you can make a call to that number. And if someone stays on that line 5 minutes, you're going to make $5. If they stay on there for another 5 minutes, I believe you make another $5, etc. This is a very low dollar offer, but it's an example for what I'm trying to cover in the webinar here. So this again, I built out a money site, a regular domain with the content around credit repair. I have several articles. Some of these came from PLR, private label rights content, and then some came from textbroker.com, where I had some purchased to be written just for this website. And I have them organized by categories, and I've kept it very clean and concise. I might rearrange it a little bit, but I've got some video embedded in it and a series of articles related to the niche. Doug, did you have anything you wanted to go over before I start covering what I've added to this since last week?
That was a great summary. I don't think there's much I can add to that.
Okay. Well, let's move right along into types of traffic here on what gets your traffic flowing, what gets it stirred up and gets people clicking through and finding your content. So as you know, with any kind of search engine traffic, you cannot force, no matter how hard you try, you cannot force a search engine to act faster than it wants to. So when Google evaluates your content, I've seen content show up in minutes, and I've seen it show up months later. So it's really entirely up to that particular search engine, whether it's Bing or Yahoo or Google, and they will start evaluating your content, and some will rank, some will not. You might think you're going to see all your pages out there. You're not. But they will start doing it, and you have to do some things to position yourself from multiple angles to be seen organically. So tonight we're actually going to be talking about video. And what I like to do with any of these sites that I create like this is create videos, rank videos, because you can rank videos if done properly. You can rank videos within minutes. You can actually get them out there where you can own particular spots, and you're not going to have all of your videos stay ranked, but you will have some of them. So just as an example, I think I've got four or five that I've created. I'll poke my head in over here. 1, 2. I've got 4 that I created that you can see the search term credit repair Phoenix. Right now it's not a lot of competition, but it is location specific context. So anybody that searches for credit repair Phoenix inside of YouTube, they're going to see my videos. So this is me, Freelance LLC. So you can see that I'm in position 2, position 3, position 5, and the 4th one did not rank, but 3 of them did. Now, after I get done with this webinar, I'm actually going to spend some more time tonight and completely consume the first 20 positions on YouTube for this search term. But I might very well go create another set of videos that are going to be based on another location, maybe Mesa, Arizona, or some other location specific information. But the goal is the same. The goal is to get the call in this particular case. My goal is to get people calling this phone number so that I can get traction on the offer. And I'm going to show you guys since last week, 7 days? So since last week when I first set this offer up, I've actually had 5 calls that have come in to this phone number through organic traffic that has been ranked from creditrepairfact.com. You can see that I've had 35 seconds was there for 2 calls, and then 1 second on a call, 6 seconds on a call, 1 second on a call. But just to show you what I'm talking about here, if we just click on one of these, you can see this is exactly what I wanted. Here's a mobile device that called from Phoenix, Arizona, which is the area that I was targeting. So somebody called. I was able to get that person there for 35 seconds, but they obviously weren't interested in pursuing the offer, but the method is working. So that was the example here, is that this particular offer that I got approved on with a brand new account. And I did this for the purpose of showing you guys a brand new affiliate account. No other campaigns have ever been run. Nothing's ever been done. No money's ever been made with this account. I simply got a promotional phone number for Credit Pros right here. And that promotional phone number, if you look right here, they give you phone numbers for free. So you can go ahead and choose as many as you need. But I went ahead and grabbed one phone number. This is the one I've been using in my campaigns. And that phone number goes to their offer. That's how they track it, and they know who to award the commission to. So when you go back and you look at the report, you'll see that no earnings came out of this. But let's say one of these happened to be qualified. I would see $5 showing over here as earnings for that particular call, or $10 if it was more than a certain duration. And that's the idea, is to generate that call volume and start getting conversions. There's another offer that's very similar, that's in the same finance type space, that is a tax debt help type offer that will actually fit very well into this particular website. And I would end up putting banners in it and create some articles there as well. And it will have a different call tracking phone number, which will also allow me to know which offers are working and which ones aren't. So before I move into video and start talking about this a little bit, does anybody have any questions around what I've covered so far? We good?
Looks like we're good.
Okay.
Nobody's typing.
All right. Okay. So you may be wondering how to create video. You may know how to create videos already. It may be a totally foreign concept to you, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's okay. Everybody's looked at a YouTube video for the most part. This particular video that I used for credit repair is a license that I bought through offlineplrvideos.com, I believe. And I'll try and get some resource links together that could be distributed later with the replay. But this particular one, if you look, it's actually a useful video. I'm going to turn down the volume here. So it's a more quality video that talks about how to select a credit repair agency, some tips that you need to know when doing it. So it's actually a useful video that's about 1 minute, 20 seconds. So if I were looking for credit repair and I saw a video like this, to me, this is informative and would help. This would provide me with information that's useful, not just spammy advertising content that's banner slideshows or similar things. It's actually useful content that's in the video. And inside of this video, you'll notice that at the very top, I have a call to action that has both the website that you see here, as well as the phone number here. And I've also embedded the phone number here as a call to action at the beginning of the video title. So that way, when someone is seeing the video out there, they're going to see this phone number, that call to action on every one of these. Now, if you look at the rest of it, you see some other content. I actually took a small excerpt that was the one of the paragraphs from one of my articles, and I put that in here. And then all of this information that you see here was automatically generated in what's in your LocusWare control panel already with Video Traffic Sniper. When did the product come out, Rod or Doug? Do you remember? Was it last year or year before, or was it longer than
last year?
Okay. So here's a tool. It's probably not the first tool you went after when you bought the organic traffic platform, but the power behind it is immense, because it actually will go look at the top 20 spots for any search term that you put in, and it'll analyze the top 20, and it will automatically break down text files. And I'll show you in just a moment what that looks like. It'll break that down and find the competition and help. Cliff actually has the software where it will rewrite the title and it'll put all that information in there for you, so that you know who's in every position. And you can open one of these files. Let's just look at position 3 for a minute. Everything is laid out. It's documented inside the file on each of these. It tells you how to set it up. He even builds out the first title to give you the best competition, or the best way to dominate that spot and show up in the suggested searches as well as rank for that video. And then he tells you step number 2 to put your call to action and then your link, which is exactly what you saw in my video example. The only thing I did a little different is I put a little excerpt of some credit terms and information in there. And then I took everything that was listed here, just like he instructed, and I copied it and I put that into my video description. I did the same thing with the tags. I did the same thing with everything that you see here, to be able to get these positions taken over. I did this yesterday. So this one was streamed 21 hours ago, another 21 hours ago, 21 hours ago. So I did them all close together, a few minutes apart. But the goal being, notice that Credit World Financial Services, if we come down here and we look, Credit World Financial Services right here, it scraped that information and took all the other competing videos for those 20 spots and put it together in a way that allowed me to take over that spot and make it more relevant than this one. So it actually pushed it all the way up to the top. So there is a massive arsenal of tools back there for you to use at your disposal for creating video and working with it. But I use other third-party tools. Unlike some folks that buy every shiny object and tuck it away in a box and never open it, I actually use the tools that I buy. Some of them I do product reviews on them, but I actually implement the tools that I buy, and I like to get the most out of them if it applies to what I'm doing. So in this particular case, it does. I'm trying to get some video rankings, but then I ended up using a third-party tool from the Blaster suite called Live Event Blaster Pro. to actually do live streaming of pre-recorded video. But this could very easily be just a straight YouTube upload. It doesn't have to be streamed. You could literally just go take the studio, the creator studio in YouTube, upload a video, take that same information I showed you and put that in there to build your video title and description and all the other information. You don't have to know how to do all those things other than assemble it. But I like to do live streaming because it actually ranks better than a traditional video. YouTube treats it differently. It gives me some advantage to quickly rank. And where I'm going with this is, while I'm waiting for Credit Repair Fact to have its thousands of OTP content pages indexed and show up, I'm also giving it a kickstart with video. Every one of these things are driving traffic to the same target, the same landing area. So I'm combining video with organic traffic and organic content to get the best of both worlds. And I also, you'll notice that I have taken some of those same videos that I've ranked and I've embedded them into the posts on this website. So it makes them related. I've then related YouTube videos back to the money site that you see here. And I also have some of those same ones inside some other links that are embedded to get the traffic up and to get the popularity of the videos up. And that also, it ultimately props up this website and makes it more valuable. So that way, as more pages, right now there's 29 pages indexed, as more pages for this money site start to become relevant here and start to show up, and when I add these additional articles around tax and debt help, that will start to increase the it'll start to increase everything in ranking and potential power. And all you care about, and one of the things I want to try and help get across here, especially for newcomers, do not worry about the traffic that you're getting to your content pages, okay? Don't focus on how many of these are indexed and what's going there. You're never going to see, and I can confidently say you will never see all of the content that gets collected and indexed in the search engines. Because if and looking at one of the questions over here, did I do all the campaigns in English? In this particular case for the local area, yes, I did. I might go back and do some in Spanish, but I have to look at my demographic in the area of who's there. In this particular case, the offer is only offered in English, so I only focused on English. If it's a multilingual offer or something that might lend itself to other languages, I might do that too. But in this particular case, I don't care about how many of these are showing up in the search engines. You know why I don't? Because I have 5 calls coming in already, and I only have 4 pages showing on the content. And what's interesting to know there is, if you came in from Scottsdale, Arizona, as an example, you might see additional content, or you might be on, if you did a search for Credit Repair Phoenix here, you might not see legalcreditrepair.company.com over here, but what you would see are other rankings. If I can find my tab, you find other rankings out here. So let's say somebody clicked on Endora Credit Repair over here. Or maybe they searched on a term that was relevant to this particular website. Well, it might very well recommend legalcreditrepaircompany.com in those related searches. So don't get hung up on what is showing up for your OTP content. It will happen. You just have to be patient with it. But the proof is in what shows up on the offer on the other side. So in the end, all I care about is, did I generate calls? Did I get conversions on the other side of that? I will go back later and analyze what delivered that traffic, but that's not a primary concern. So if you're getting conversions, then the process is working. And the only thing that I've done so far is created 1 domain worth of OTP content with, what do we got here? I think I did 6 campaigns of 45,000 pages each. So, I mean, there's a good bit of content out there waiting to be, waiting to show up. But right now, it's just 1 domain. I could very easily add another if I wanted, but there's no need to do that right now. So I do see a few questions popping up. I'll pause for just a moment for us to go through some of those. What site did you use to get approved for those offers in Commission Junction? This one, the one you're looking at right here. And this is a WordPress blog. It's using a commercial theme, but there are plenty of free themes out there you can use too. But literally, I took a website, I went out there and put some PLR articles out there, purchased a couple of articles, constructed a very simple blog layout like you see right here, applied for the offers after I created this, and then it was approved as a brand new account. Let's see. And I see somebody answered that, but yeah, that's how I got approved for that. Is the OTP campaigns on the same domain as legal repair site? No, this is, I never mix OTP content with the money site that I'm delivering to. A money site could be one that has a landing page. It could just be one that has that one little squeeze page or lead capture page. It could be a sales page. But these types of domains, this type of content, you will have some that do better than others. You will have some domains that you decide for whatever reason, maybe you bought one and didn't research its reputation. Maybe it was a used or expired domain, had a bad reputation. Well, you might find out if it did, you just trash the domain and sell it, get rid of it. Because what you don't want to do is equate a known bad reputation of a domain to one that has a good reputation, because you don't want to tarnish it. One bad domain is like writing on the bathroom wall about this one, okay? So you don't want to do that. You want to steer clear of it. But I try and go for expired domains, do my research ahead of time, and make sure that they have a good reputation when they did expire and meet all the criteria I was trying to satisfy. Let's see, what else? Do we have any other questions at the moment? I think that's it right now. Okay. So let's talk about video a little bit more here. There are probably no less than 2 new video creation solutions a week that you see show up in the marketplace, either on JVZoo or Warrior Forum or Warrior Plus or wherever. There's always a launch going on with video tools. If I went to muncheye.com right now, I guarantee you somewhere in the domain we're going to find some video tools. Let's see, what do we got? Vid commissions, there's one. I'm just going based on the name here. There's a few others, Kick-Ass Tuber. So I mean, there's several lined up to launch and some that are already active. But the point being is there's always going to be a better mousetrap for doing video creation or putting it out there. You don't have to be that fancy to do this. You don't have to have a whole lot of experience with creativity around videos. Now, you'll notice that my thumbnails that I use, I'm a Photoshop guy. I do like working with Photoshop, but I absolutely am horrible at creating my own graphics. So I actually use another third-party tool called Drop Mock Video, where I create professional mock-ups as part of my subscription. And I just put text over it with call to actions and phone numbers. And notice these stand out. They look different. They look a little bit more professional. You got a real person sitting there. Here's somebody with their laptop. What do you notice different about that? What's different about these images that I've created? I actually have embedded a preview of legal credit repair into my mock-ups for my thumbnails. So I like to put a little bit more attention into those. So when somebody's looking at this, they psychologically, they equate what they just saw here with what they're going to see here when they land there. You don't have to do that, but I wanted to be a little bit more creative and make it stand out more. But I couldn't do that on my own if I wanted to, but I had to use a third-party tool to help me do that quickly and easily. Now, in addition to that, the place I was mentioning earlier, I believe this was the spelling. Once I downloaded all the videos, I really never went back to it again. But this place has been out here for several years, and I ended up buying a package deal on the PLR videos early on. But as you can see, it's dang near every offline niche you could think of in these packs. You can buy them by the volume, or you can buy the whole thing. So in the finance space, I just went and opened my volume 5, and pulled out the credit repair video, which was the one I showed you a moment ago. So don't have to know anything about creating videos. There's plenty of solutions out there where people sell local video. They sell things in particular niche video spaces. And, it's just an example so you could see where I got that from. So I didn't create the video. I didn't have any fancy software that I created the graphics. I literally just used tools that I purchased to do that. And if you didn't buy any of those things and you just started with a very simple thumbnail, you could just use Microsoft Paint, or you could use something on a Mac, build yourself a very simple image from a royalty-free image, and put text over it and do the same thing. But real quickly, Video Traffic Sniper, and I've got a bunch of stuff loaded here. I'm not going to load the control panel, but within your control panel, if you scroll through the list of available applications, you'll see Video Traffic Sniper. I promise you, this is probably one of the easiest tools that has ever been created for figuring out how to use it. You got one place to enter something right here. You put your primary keyword in here. In this particular case was Credit Repair Phoenix. And when I did, that's where it got me that list of 20 videos for that search term. And you click run, you leave it alone. It's probably going to bother you a little bit because you're going to hear audio in the background, because when it's going and looking at those videos, it's actually playing the audio too. So don't freak out when you hear that, but just let it go. When it's done, it'll complete the campaign, and you can go look at your folder of results right here. And you get to see all those positions. Notice he's got the first 20 positions. But if I understood, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, if I understood the original intent of the application was so that when someone clicked over here on this person's video, your goal is to ultimately land in the suggested searches on the right-hand pane.
That's correct.
Okay. It may take you a couple of weeks before YouTube evaluates that as a suggested piece of content. There's a lot of things that goes into evaluating that, and that type of algorithm changes regularly. But within a few weeks, my goal is, no matter which one of these 20, if I've positioned myself well, no matter which one of the 20 are in here, that I'm going to end up showing up in a suggested video over here on the side. I'm actually in one already. Here's one. So this particular one for USA Credit Boost, notice USA Credit Boost over here. The title that was generated got me positioned when you're looking at this video as a suggested video. And this was just created less than a day ago. So you will notice in your YouTube analytics that the majority of your traffic will come from suggested videos, more than search, more than, unless you've really got a big set of real estate out there that you've embedded them, the majority of what you're going to get is going to come from a suggested video strip like this. So any questions on that so far? We good?
So far, so good.
Okay. So, the thing I wanted to share with you guys around this space too is this gets you a very quick jump start. If you spent 2-3 hours, built out everything for the first 20 spots to get video going over to your offer, to your landing page, whatever your target is, the same one you're using for OTP, okay? Get it kickstarted. If you've got the time, effort, and you want to get some of the tools, you want to do some of those things, it's just a way to kind of get things started and flowing quickly for those of you that don't want to wait for the results to come in. It's a good, I look at this as your short-term strategy while you're waiting on the long-term strategy here to kick in and deliver over time. And I've got videos that I put out there years ago that still stick at the top, and I've got some that disappear, but it's very easy to put videos back out there. As long as you stay within the guidelines of YouTube and you do what you should do, then you can get them out there. So that really, that's really it in a nutshell. I'm not going to make this particular training on how to create a video. But I wanted to show you how I use a blend of different tools to position myself and leverage myself. So I'm actually using newer technology with streamed live events within Google or within YouTube, but I'm using Video Traffic Sniper for suggested videos to get me that content that I need to put inside of these videos. So inside of, whether you're using a tool or you're doing it within YouTube directly, I got my title, I got my description, my tags, my keywords, but every bit of that information came out of the campaign that was produced from here. Which tool do you use to track your video ranking position on YouTube? I actually use the Live Event Blaster one here. This particular one, and you can see over here what my current and previous rankings were, and those bounce around. Right now, none of them are on Google. If I'm not mistaken, you can check some of that. There's some free tools out there too. I don't have them in front of me. I do have some bookmarked. There are services that will allow you to put in YouTube URLs to track the video rankings. I believe the Blaster guys too. And I'm not big on promoting other people's products outside of the space that I'm in here, but just to give you some info, I believe their keyword suggestion tool and their trace blaster tool, it's free. So I'll try and get that together in the resource links as well. But yeah, you could go take that, plug in a YouTube URL, and track that video. But there's plenty of online solutions that do it as well.
Do you use your videos at all for helping to index your pages? Do you put URLs to them? Yeah.
Absolutely. So Google takes care of its own. And what I mean by that, with YouTube being owned by Google, they favor videos embedded in content. So the reason that I took a page like this and embedded a YouTube video in it is this is actually the video that you see right here in position 1. And truth be known, this wasn't in position 1 earlier today. It was down in like 3 or 4. It was close to this one. It was actually just above this one. But I took this article and a couple other articles and I embedded that exact YouTube video in that related content. And now it's up here. Let's see if it's still there. It'll bounce around. Sometimes your videos disappear and then show back up. This one flip-flops around a little bit. But yes, embedding video content into your articles or other Web 2.0 type properties, whether they're blogs or otherwise, embedded videos, like I've got one here as well, those do get you traction, and they do two things. They prop up the site where you embedded them. If you've constructed it correctly, you've kind of followed the typical rules for how you build your pages and you don't overstuff keywords in them, then you help build the authority of that website, but you also reciprocate your authority of your videos because they're embedded there too. Now, here's another little trick for OTP for you. Let's just go pick one of these that might have a video embedded in it. No video in that one, but let's say in your single injects, or maybe you've got a video you're really trying to build up, you could put it in a multi-inject. When you're building your campaigns, take some of your own videos and embed those so that they get peppered throughout all the pages and posts that are out here. So as those pages get indexed across those domains and they start to show up, then you have then improved your embedding here for this particular video. As a matter of fact, I will show you one of them. Eventually. So let's go over to the YouTube analytics for just a minute. Okay. They changed it around. That's the other thing that'll drive you insane. Google and YouTube love to move stuff around on you, so you got to go hunt for it. Let's see. We'll just take this one on the complete walkthrough for OTP Hybrid Edition. We got way too many videos out here. That's not what I was looking for. That's watch time, which the watch time makes a big difference too. Well, what I'm looking for, there it is. Okay. So you can see where your videos are displayed. You can see suggested videos. So this particular one happens to be on the forum for Locustware, so it's going to show up more there. But most of the time, what you're going to see is suggested videos is going to be the higher percentage of how your videos are appearing. YouTube search is another piece of that. If it's on other channels or pages, what I'm looking for, and I don't see the dang thing, there is an area here that will show you where all it's embedded. So how many places your YouTube video is embedded. And the whole reason for showing you that was so you could see the popularity of your video. If it's embedded in OTP content across your network, then that embed percentage is going to go up considerably and the popularity of the video is going to increase as well. Yep. Thanks, Rendell. I appreciate it. I will certainly talk about that in just a minute. Another little freebie tip here. Or playlists. So video playlists can also help you. So maybe I don't, and I'll build one in real time here. How about that? Maybe I also want to go for credit repair. We'll just say Mesa, Arizona. You see it's a different set of videos over here, and you don't see me listed over there. Well, that's okay. What you can do with YouTube is create an unlimited number of playlists for the same video. So what you do is you go find who the top people are. So let's say we're targeting another local search term there. Instead of continuing to put tons and tons of videos out here, you could actually come over here to playlists and we'll go make a new playlist. Give me just a moment. Go back to the studio. So I'm going to make a new playlist called Credit Repair Mesa. Public playlist. Right now there's no videos in it yet, but they're about to be. The first video that I'm going to put in here is going to be mine. The next few videos I'm going to put in there are going to be the competitors. So if I come over here and I look for Credit Repair Mesa, eventually, I'm in the studio. Essentially what you're doing is playlists will rank just like YouTube videos will rank, but you get to leverage the authority of your competitors. So let's come over here and take Mesa, Arizona Credit Repair. And I'm not going to go to their channel. We'll go to this one video here. So I'm going to take that one. Can I add one directly from the URL? You know what? This will take too long to do right now, but let me show you a playlist that's already made as an example. We'll simplify this. So I've got several here. I've got some around collections of things. Rank Hijack, back when that was being launched, I did that one as well. But the idea is to take competitive videos. You take the ones that are in the top spots, and you get to hijack their authority. So you get to take this one and this one and this one and this one. Maybe you went for the first 10. And what you do is you take the ones that are in the top spot, you throw them in your playlist, and then you take your video and you organize it and put it at the top of the playlist. And you use your search term here, and then you could go take your same description you would put in your video and make that the playlist description of what you're trying to rank for. And voila, your playlist will start to rank along with these other people's videos that you see in the top positions. I've actually had playlists rank above the other videos where it's a collection that just shows up there, but my video is the very first one in the playlist. But if I'm trying to get a lot of traction in a hurry for local, To Randy's point, I know I went 1,000 miles around to get to the point, but I would take that playlist. I might make 5 or 6 of these. Instead of uploading individual videos for those, I would just take the areas I'm trying to cover and create playlists for those areas. But in the end, my video is the very first one in each of those playlists is driving them here. Or I might be driving them to a specific article that's on this website. But it's all based on local. It's all based on my criteria. You don't have to just do that to local, but it really can make a dent in it for you and get you some traction. So I know I've covered a lot. I know I've kind of mixed in some different concepts there. Even be worth doing one on video at some point, just going through a lot of those things. But any questions around how I'm leveraging video first after I built my campaigns while I'm waiting on these to percolate and get in the search engines, which I build that first, by the way, after I built my money site. I go ahead and get my OTP content built, put out there, and it's waiting. Then I come over here and I work on the video angle while I'm waiting on it. Does that make sense?
It's a great strategy.
Jenny, I'm asking you if you is your OTP campaigns on the same domain as the legal credit repair site?
Nope. I have creditrepairfact.com. And I purchased another one for us building out this case study, which, by the way, I am going to be putting this together as a case study. I've been taking some screenshots, some ranking positions, and other stuff to start gathering this information for you guys to be able to look at. But no, I do not mix the OTP content with the money site that I'm targeting. Let me think if there's anything else local wise that would be advantageous. Oh yeah, there is actually. So here's the phone number, this call tracking phone number. If you just do a Google search on that call tracking phone number, right now there's 90 results. Some of that's going to be crap about identifying caller numbers and that kind of stuff. So we don't really care about that. But you do see this website listed there. You start to see embedding. Notice right here, here's a YouTube embed. Okay, so that embed is showing up over here on a website. As a matter of fact, where is that? Let's see where that one's at. Oh, I guess I've got it using an embed code in the article. So the thumbnail strip, notice these all show up here. Here's one of my aliases for one of my YouTube accounts. So I start to get in front of these, and all 4 of them are here, but of course nobody's ever just going to search on the phone number. But the purpose in that is to show you how you can show up if you identify your images correctly, you name your images the same as your keyword phrases. So notice those image strips at the bottom. If I go over to images, in the naming of the images, I also have the phone number in there. So you can see that those images are starting to rank. These are images from the legal credit repair company, and they're starting to show up in different places. And any video that you're going to upload, make sure your thumbnails, you name those thumbnails the same as your keywords, and that'll give it an extra boost as well. And I also make sure that when I name my images on my website, that I also keyword the images. And let's see, what is the name of the Locusware tool that we have? Is it Thumbnailer?
Thumbnailer, yeah.
Yep, Thumbnailer is another one that actually can insert some metadata into images and do some other things there. Let's see, there's a question here. What is it? Do you purchase your domains openly or do you use a proxy? I don't think I've ever used a proxy to buy a domain name, ever. Not in the history of domain names. So no, I can't think of a reason I would need to do that. There may be one, but it's never affected me when I purchase them. I usually, now that I've been introduced to the Locusware family, I never expected myself to be buying 50 to 100 domains at a time, but I do that quite regularly now. Name Silo loves me, and I believe Doug is my affiliate sponsor for that. I'm not sure, so Doug should be able to buy a nice island off of domain revenue for me at some point in the near future.
I kiss your picture every night, Marty.
Nice. A little more than I probably needed to know, but we're good. Good. So it's all about blending strategy with local to get in front of it. And I want to circle back real quickly before we wrap up and talk about that whole local aspect of marketing. So one of the things that I have decided since I've been building this case study and going through some of these things is I don't have time. I'm older, I'm tired, and I really don't feel like continuing to fire local clients all the time. And I do it regularly. So I only have a small handful of people that I know and trust and have as long-term customers, but I don't really care to get a whole lot more long-term customers like that because they do take a lot of time and effort and care and feeding. And most of the time they're like children and they're spoiled. They want something for nothing. I would much rather go after the affiliate product route and use local ranking strategies to get in front of services. And one of the things that kind of caught my eye today was looking through some of these niches. You have to put yourself in the mindset of the consumer rather than the business owner. If you took local, for example, laser eye specialist as an example, anybody in any town just about is going to be looking for a podiatrist, a laser eye specialist, pediatricians, not necessarily roofers, plumbers, electricians, those types of services. And, you know, looking at that, there are tons of affiliate offers for these types of things. It might be CPA offers. It might be, I do want to continue working with pay-per-call more, but the home improvement space, people are looking for that stuff, but you have to kind of put yourself in the mind of whether you would be looking for that service. You have to ask yourself, would I be looking for something like that? People looking for senior care, people looking for daycares, those types of things, tutoring centers. I'm willing to bet there's not a whole heck of a lot that goes into SEO around tutoring centers, but I could be wrong. But if I come over here and look for location specific stuff like tutoring center near me. So this video's had 13,000 views. It was put out there 2 years ago. This one was put out there a month ago. So that one looks like crap. That one looks okay. That one looks like crap. Some of these look okay, but maybe I wanted to say tutoring center Phoenix. These look a little better, but 5 years ago is when these videos are put out there. I'm pretty sure if I go after these, I'm going to own them. I'm going to dominate them. I'm going to get in front of them and push them out of the way. And I might be able to really get in on a decent blog piece of real estate over here for tutoring centers and talking about how to pick a good one and taking the video associated with tutoring centers and make that my video that I'm going to use. Okay. And I start going after that. Maybe I find a pay-per-call offer that fits well in that space. Or better yet, I rank the property and I get it going well. And then I turn around and I find local businesses, if I did want to explore those, and sell them advertising space. I mean, there's any number of things you could do. But for me, I don't have time for the people side of it as much with hand-holding as I want to focus on affiliate marketing with kind of a local twist around it. So that's how I'm going to leave that one. But anybody in this webinar tonight can make this happen. As a matter of fact, everybody put a 1 in the chat box if you can see yourself doing this. WON. Thanks, Randy. Phonetically correct. I guess that works. Okay. I mean, does anybody see anything in here that they can't do? I mean, this is a blog, a very simple blog. Where there's an infinite amount of tutorials on how to do OTP now. I promise you that. I can speak to that. There's offers everywhere that you could find out there. So if you can see yourself doing this, there's no end to it. Just pick a niche. But if you're going to go after local, be thinking about how you would go after looking for something. When you do a Google search from your phone or a desktop, what are you looking for? If you need a service for your house, do you get online and do a search on it? Do you get on your phone and do a search? So those types of things are what you're looking for. And then what you do is you match up the offers in that space, and you start using some location specific information in your OTP campaigns and your videos, and it's yours. The traffic starts coming. I mean, it starts showing up. So the YouTube analytics, there's not a whole lot going on here. Or Google Analytics for the money site, there's not much going on yet, but there will be. So since the 15th of August, we've had 18 unique visitors and 3 referrals. So it's just a matter of time. You just let it keep building, and then as the OTP content starts to get traction too, you're going to see this number skyrocket and continue to go up. And what I would say is don't do too much in that space until you know it's converting. But once you got something working, just scale it, keep adding it, build another OTP domain, add some more videos. As a matter of fact, other than the phone number, which I can make that dynamic, you don't see anything in here related to Phoenix, Arizona. I could easily go after every city and state anywhere in the world if I wanted to, and go after this. I can make it international, but I can make it local without having to do a whole lot to this website. Randy, what do you charge for what services with local? Are you asking like what I would charge to do video for people, or I'm not sure I understand the question.
Video leads.
Yes, video. I've sold videos. I've rented videos. I can tell you that if I am going to go out here and put a video for rent out here, where I might go take businesses. Let me show you a quick strategy. Clifton Wade's local lead grabber is great to go out there and find some of those candidates. But let's say I'm looking for I'm in Moody, Alabama, so we'll say credit repair Moody. That'd help me. I'm in one of those towns that nobody would ever find, so let's do that. All right. So credit repair, don't really know why we have a collision center showing up there. Here's a credit union, don't care about them. I'm guessing some of these places allow you to do financing for bad credit. That would be my guess. Some of these other people that are down here, I don't care anything about these people's websites down here. The ones I care about are the ones that actually have a website or they are paying for ad space. The people that are already investing in advertising are the ones I would go after for video. So there was actually a dentist I did about a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago that they did porcelain veneers. So they would do the veneers on your teeth to make them look white, and they custom made those. But the amount of money that they would make on those was pretty significant. So there wasn't a single set of those that was inexpensive. And I believe I charged them $500 to create one video and rank it for porcelain veneers. Let's see, is it in Leeds, Alabama? I can't even remember if it's. Anyway, they eventually decided they're going to make their own videos and conquer the world, and it never panned out for them. So yeah, that's the other thing with local clients, is they always get somebody that comes along that tells them they can do better. But you make your money up front on that. So I made $500 on the video that took me 10 minutes to make, and I did an overlay with their phone number on it, and I was charging them $100 a month to keep it ranked. But that also turned into other services. So I was doing directory management services through Yext to keep all their business directory listings synchronized, and it opens the door to other services. But I would not do a video for less than $500. If I'm going to rank one, if they decide they want to have more than one, then I'm going to charge them, another $250 for a second one, and another $250 for a third. And it depends on how much of an area that they're trying to get in front of. And it's all about proof that you can deliver traffic to them, which I did that in advance with some other things. And that's how I got in front of them. Let's see. When looking for offers, what are your selection criteria? I don't know that I have a set strategy for that, other than looking to see if there's market demand for it. With local, it's a little different because, like I was talking about, you have to look for these types of things. You got pest control, tree services, waterproofing, pets niche. You can do some market research to try and find out how that space does, but for me, it's different for affiliate offers for products like one of the things we're talking about recently. I don't remember the exact context, but whole home water softener systems, entry point's about $1,200. So what I would do is my market research, I'd start with Google Trends and let Google tell me what's hot, and maybe some Amazon research and some other things. Another thing to look at, everybody and their brother and sister and distant cousins buy from Amazon. So why not figure out what the best sellers on Amazon are and then do some more research to find out, could you get that sourced from somewhere other than Amazon, and go that route. You have to kind of do the research to figure out what people are interested in. So maybe it's coffee mugs. See who's interested in coffee mugs. So I want to go see over the last 5 years, and I'm not confined to the United States. Maybe I got a drop shipper I'm going after. So we'll say worldwide. Fairly steady, not anything fancy there for coffee mugs. But let's just go for the United States for a minute. I have no idea what's going on with that. There we go. So you can see these are breaking out Pioneer Woman coffee mugs. So let's just go look at that. That's pretty obscure. Past 5 years, there's been some interest, no Northeast trends that are really to speak of, but I would continue digging into that. I see Walmart sells them as well. So to me, when Walmart and Amazon show up, it's kind of a turnoff because people are usually going to get it cheaper than you could source it and sell it. But there are so many different ways to do product research and offer research. I don't think I could cover that in one webinar. Hopefully that helped a little bit, but there's a number of ways to do searches. Any other questions? Nope, that's it.
Looks like everybody's happy.
All right. I know I danced around on a lot of stuff there. Tell you what, I will talk about Niche Vista real quick. So the niche packs I've been giving you guys inside of the Discord are extras that I don't have time to mess with. So I actually pay, I believe this was just a one-time payment for a service called Niche Vista, and we'll add that to the list of resources too. Just about every week they come out, or at least a couple of times a month, they'll come out with an entire niche pack. So like Best Back Brace is the most recent one. Every bit of that information that I had there, I made available to you guys. So I put some of those out there that you could work with. Of course, they give you more breakdown with graphs and other stuff within the platform, but you could download the entire kit, which is what I gave you guys. You could download that here and use it however you want. So to me, I could go do all this research, and I have done this type of research many, many times. I don't have time for that. So that's why I was looking for niche research packs. I have some other sources I pay for as well, but paid sources for that, in my opinion, it's well worth it. It really is a massive market out there for people that do that stuff. But these seem pretty clean. It was fairly inexpensive. I want to say it was about $50. I don't remember exactly, but they tell you if it's an easy one to break into, what the commercial intent is. They show you a reference site that they use as an example. There's one on the back braces. some affiliate stuff reviewed there and different products. So, they show you where they base their research and what its trend looks like. All the things I was starting to show you a minute ago, they tell you the difficulty. All the green there shows you that you can really get in some of these spaces easy for the top spots, top 10 or so. So no need to go do all that yourself. My suggestion is go invest in a service like that. Let them do that for you to pick out your niches, and then you just spend your time building out OTP content. Quit getting bogged down in which niches to go after.
Great suggestion.
Whoa, that was fun. I don't know what happened there. Okay. All right. Well, let's see, Niche Vista 67 one time. I do have an affiliate link. I'll distribute that to Doug and Rod and others, and we'll put a resource list together of the things I've talked about, the different services and stuff, so they're in one place for you guys. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Rod said to go ahead and drop your app link in the notes when we're done here. So.
Okay. I'll have to look it up. There's no telling how many affiliate links. I'll put it in. Are you talking about the notes section for the webinar?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, okay. Is that something I can go back and do after the fact?
Yep, you can give it to me and I'll put it in for you.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll definitely do that. And I'll keep it in one place. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Hopefully that's been informative and it gives you some perspective on local marketing that's, I like to think the way I do that is unique. It's not necessarily the same that everybody else would do it. I might not do it the exact same the next time. I might change it up a little bit.
I love
the
way that you set everything up quite generically so that you can take this from one place to the next afterwards. So once you've done the work once, you can multiply it.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct. I might even clone this website. I might go off and clone it and reproduce it elsewhere, change the look and feel a little bit, spin the articles where they're about 33% unique, and now I've got another website. I might turn around and flip it, or I might flip the entire network of OTP content with that money site in a year. I mean, it goes and goes and goes. You can just keep going.
Excellent. Well, if anybody has any questions after the webinar is over, please let us know and we'll try and get you some answers. And thank you, Marty, again for giving us a lot more of your knowledge and letting us know more about the local aspect of OTP.
You're welcome. I did have one more question before we wrap this up. Would you guys like to see lead capture introduced next into this? Because I've deliberately left it out up to this point for this case study, but the monetization piece is done, the video piece is done, the OTP piece is done, but list building and lead capture is not. So if that's something you guys would like to see, I'm fine with doing that.
Looks like there's a lot of yeses and definitelys, and
okay.
So looks like that's on the list.
Okay. Well, we'll see about tackling that one next week.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for showing up again tonight, and we'll see you over in Discord.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.